It's said that every state in America has a haunted history. Behind every corner, there's a possibility of a ghost lurking in the shadows. Each state in America has its unique history, but some places are more haunted than others. Some states' histories are tainted by particularly bloody battles, while others are known for legends associated with paranormal activity. There are many haunted states across the country, and certain cities within those states are more prone to paranormal activity than others. Several cities across America claim to be the most haunted, with an endless list of reasons why they deserve such a title. Curious to know which state and city have the most ghostly activity? We've got all the answers right here. Though often thought of as a Midwestern hub for agriculture and industry, Illinois is also one of the most haunted states in America. With a long and varied history, it's no wonder this state is home to many restless spirits. From the infamous site of the St. Valentine's Day Massacre to the abandoned Cahokia Mounds, Illinois is full of haunted locations. Many haunted cities are located in Illinois, but the most haunted city is Rockford, Illinois. Rockford City. This city has several haunted mansions, with many dark stories attached to them. The Briggs Mansion is one of Rockford's oldest homes and is said to be one of the creepiest places in town. Visitors have said they've heard the sound of a child playing with toys and bouncing a ball down the staircase, even though there are no toys on the property. Some say they've seen an apparition that looks like a little boy. Is this the same boy who likes to play? The Barnes Mansion, built in 1893 by industrialist W.F. Barnes, is said to be home to ghostly occurrences. What is described as a woman in a 1900s dress is sometimes seen standing in a second-floor window. There have also been reports of unexplained music coming from the house. Haskell Park has a dark history that follows it to this day. In 1896, James French stalked and killed his estranged wife at Haskell Park. He was later convicted of murder and became Rockford's third public hanging. People have since claimed to see unexplained shadows and a dark figure without a face near the site of the murder. The River Bluff Nursing Home was once the Winnebago County Poor Farm, a working farm for the indigent and insane that included a Potter's Field cemetery. According to a local tale, mysterious shadows and disembodied voices can be seen and heard around the nursing home. Many factors contribute to a state being considered haunted. These factors can include the state's history, the number of reported paranormal activities, and the number of ghost stories. Michigan has a long and varied history, which includes its involvement in the Underground Railroad, the Civil War, and the Indian Removal Act of 1830. This history, combined with the number of reported paranormal activity, makes Michigan one of the most haunted states in America. There are a lot of haunted cities and towns in Michigan, but Monroe is said to be the most haunted. Monroe, Michigan, was the site of one of the state's largest and most gory battles. The Battles of River Raisin, also known as the Battles of Frenchtown, were the bloodiest battles in Michigan during the War of 1812. American soldiers were led away by the British, leaving wounded and injured American soldiers to die on the battlefield. The helpless soldiers left behind were ambushed by a surprise Native American attack. Many soldiers were scalped and had their homes burned to the ground. The battle came to be known as the Massacre of Raisin River. Some people say they've seen ghosts on the field and in the windows. Others say they've heard and recorded screams of pain and agony. Others have said they've seen orbs, glowing lights at night, and apparitions of soldiers. There have also been reports of people capturing ghostly voices on tape. There are few states in America with as much history as Ohio. And, as with any state with a long and storied past, Ohio is home to its fair share of ghosts. From the Moonfield Tunnel to Molly Stark Park, Ohio is one of the most haunted states in the country. If you're looking for a scare, you don't have to look any further than Ohio. With its haunted houses, eerie roadside attractions, and dark history, Ohio is the perfect place to get your fill of ghosts and ghouls. There are many haunted cities in Ohio, but Springfield is at the top of the list. Like many other haunted cities in the United States, Springfield also has a haunted school, with several scary stories associated with it. Springfield High School is said to be built on top of a cemetery. This is just one of the many creepy tales associated with the school. Others include sightings of ghosts in the hallways and classrooms and strange noises coming from the basement. The school was built on the site of the former Hutchinson Cemetery, which was closed in 1874. Most of the bodies were exhumed and moved to Oak Ridge Cemetery. However, it's believed that there are still some remains in the cemetery. Construction workers discovered a tombstone while excavating to install an elevator in the school in 1983. Upon further investigation, they found the tombstone read "Our daughter." For the past 40 years, a little girl's ghost has been seen wandering inside the school many times. The little girl was named Rachel by a former custodian of the school. Rachel, a friendly spirit, is known to open the elevator doors for custodians in the boiler room. One of the most haunted buildings in Springfield is Legacy Theater. The theater was once home to the Springfield Theater Guild and still hosts performances. There have been many strange occurrences at the theater: unexplained sounds, lights, and movement. Some say it's the work of ghosts, others say it's just the set settling. But whatever the cause, it's definitely creepy. Reports also include the strong scent of facial cream that lingers. California is a big state with a lot of history and a lot of hauntings. In fact, California is the second most haunted state in the country, according to a recent survey. So what makes California so haunted? One theory is that the state's long history and diverse cultures make it a hotbed for paranormal activity. California has been home to Native Americans, Spanish colonists, gold miners, and Hollywood stars, all of whom have left their mark on the state and on its ghost stories. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there is no denying that California has a rich history of hauntings. So if you're looking for a place to get your fix of ghost stories, California is the place to be. One particular California city boasts the highest number of paranormal encounters: Bakersfield. Despite its captivating beauty, Bakersfield is famous for its historic buildings and the ghost stories associated with them. One of the most haunted buildings in Bakersfield is the Padre Hotel. Known as the Shining Star of downtown, the Padre Hotel is a hub for paranormal activity. The hotel's 7th floor is a hotbed for activity from spirits. Visitors often report seeing or being pushed by them. The most active spirit is apparently that of a little girl from the 1920s who can be heard giggling through the halls. She's also been known to leave an imprint of her hand on the walls that's immovable. The staff has repeatedly painted over the handprint only to have it reappear again. A fire broke out on the 7th floor of a building in the 1950s, and many children lost their lives. The fire contributes to the hotel's upper floors being considered the most haunted. Bakersfield High School is another favorite spot for hauntings. Originally named Kern County High School, Bakersfield High School enjoys the hustle and bustle of students during the day, but things are quite different at night. The school is the subject of many ghost stories, with sightings of a teenage couple in the upper part of the football stadium's bleachers being one of the most well-known. The couple is dressed up for prom, with the girl in a fancy dress and the boy in a sports letterman's jacket. Other parts of the school are haunted, including the Harvey Auditorium, which is said to be haunted by a former janitor who fell from the rafters into the basement. Disembodied voices, footsteps, and flickering lights have been experienced by students and staff. Like many haunted places, the building was built on land that had seen tragedy in the past. The school's quad area, once part of the hospital grounds of Kern General Hospital in 1875, was once used as an informal cemetery for burying patients' body parts. One of the most unexplained paranormal events in the city involves a statue at the Garces traffic circle. Located at the intersection of Chester Avenue and Golden State Avenue, the Garces traffic circle memorializes Francisco Garces, a Spanish friar who is considered a martyr in the Catholic Church. The statue of Garces is rumored to warn drivers of imminent accidents by gesturing his hands into a praying position. Reports of hearing disembodied prayers around the area or even in the car soon before an accident have also occurred. Texas is the most haunted state in America. Well known for its mysterious Marfa lights and home to the Alamo, it's no wonder it's at the top of the list. Several other spooky spots in the Lone Star State, including Hindley Row in Galveston and Yorktown Memorial Hospital, add to the creep factor. Several people have reported paranormal activity around Texas. Texas was voted the most haunted state based on surveys reported on ghost sightings around the state. Nearly 7,315 recorded sightings have occurred in Texas, but one city reports the most. Located on the American-Mexican border, this city is rich in history and spooky stories passed down from generation to generation. Graveyards, office buildings, and even high schools have strange paranormal stories associated with them in this small Texas town. The oldest operating high school in El Paso and the most haunted building in El Paso is El Paso High School. Built in 1916, the school has a very haunted history. From the very beginning of construction, ghosts have appeared in and around the school. The El Paso trophy case holds a photo of the school's construction in 1916, and a woman in a white dress is seen watching from afar. Surprisingly, the woman was not present on the photo negative, and no one knew who the woman was. This isn't the only ghostly image caught on camera. The class of 1985 was graced by the presence of another woman in white during their class photo. Everyone in the photo shows up clearly, but her features are indistinct. Reports of hearing full-blown phantom pep rallies in the late hours have also occurred. Because of this, the janitorial staff doesn't work past 9 p.m. in fear of hearing the sound of the school fight song, cheerleaders cheering, and the crowd screaming. One of the most tragic incidents of El Paso High School involves a student jumping to her death from a balcony of the school. The hall leading to the balcony is now closed off to students because people have said they've seen an image of a girl jumping from the balcony. In the 70s, a teenage girl killed herself by slitting her wrists and jumping off the balcony. The sightings of her ghost became so numerous that the staircase leading to the hallway was blocked off. Blocking the hallway has stopped the ghastly images recreating that fateful day. Still, the abandoned hallway is reportedly engulfed with mist and fog and an unknown substance that forms on the ceiling. Many other rooms in the school have been mysteriously blocked off. Maybe to keep spirits of the undead separate from the living? One incident left both students and teachers puzzled when they found sealed-off classrooms in the basement of the school one day. The classrooms were small with antique desks and even had notebooks, texts, and candy wrappers from this era. The candy wrappers dated back to when candy bars were only 5 cents apiece. No one knows why entire classrooms were sealed off, not to mention without allowing the rooms to be cleared of the desks or personal items of the students. The basement of El Paso High School has been used as a morgue in the past. During World War II, bodies were stored in the basement until the deceased's family could be notified. When the Spanish flu epidemic hit, the victims' bodies were also stored in the school's basement. Maybe using the basement as a morgue led to the eventual sealing of classrooms in the basement. No one knows, but sealed-off classrooms leave many wondering what lurks beneath the school grounds. Like school buildings, theaters are often hotspots for paranormal activity. The Plaza Theater Performing Arts Center in El Paso is another active spot for hauntings. There have been reports of a woman in white appearing then disappearing, a man in black materializing and then vanishing, and a small girl bouncing a ball while laughing who then suddenly vanishes. Other first-hand encounters include orbs, lights, shadows, and strange smells and mists. Physical manipulations like electrical components switching on without power, objects moving independently, and sounds without sources have also been reported. Another well-known haunted site in El Paso is the DeSoto Hotel. The DeSoto Hotel has been around for over 100 years and is said to be home to 3 resident ghosts. These ghosts are said to appear as shadowy figures. Various whispers, eerie noises, and a girl's voice have been captured on audio recordings. Some patrons have even claimed to have been touched by one of the ghosts. Last on the list of haunted spots in El Paso is Gravity Hill. Gravity Hill is said to be home to spirits that help drivers by pushing their car uphill.